Hey guys, so in today's video we're going to talk about Rory McIlroy's grip and how it can fix how you're hitting driver. Let me explain. A recent student of mine, Lynn, she came to visit for a golf lesson, and like most golfers she was struggling with driver. Now she could hit some really good shots, but what we noticed when we looked at the data is the inconsistency was coming because of the inconsistency of contact. Too many shots were coming around the perimeter of the face, lending itself to inconsistency of distance, but also difficulty in terms of stabilising that club face. And what we noticed when we looked at the swing, again really commonplace, is too much arm rotation in the backswing. She had this habit where her arms were twisting too much. Now what this does, if you start twisting that club face excessively in the backswing, it's going to open it up too much, and then when you come down, the chances of you getting it square, meaning it points in the direction where you want the ball to go, that diminishes massively as well. So one of the things that I spoke about with Lim was in this first move was to try and just get more of a feeling that we're just keeping the arms a little bit straighter and we're just moving and lifting the club to the side of our body. Now what this did with Lynn is this meant by the time she got to the top of the backswing, the club face looked a lot squarer, a much better position. And this is commonplace with a lot of students that I work with. We get the feeling of the trail hand, so our right hand, staying a little bit more on top of the left hand in the backswing, and it keeps the face a lot squarer rather than excessive rotation. So the question is, where does Rory McIlroy's grip come into it? Well, Rory McIlroy is somebody who has a very wide takeaway. Okay, so that means that as he takes the club back, his hands and arms and the club head stay very straight. Now what this does is this obviously helps him do a few things. One, it gives him a nice wide swing, so it helps him sort of really widen the club up. But the second thing is it avoids any unnecessary club face movement. If he was somebody who bent the arm too much, it might drag the club too far behind him. Keeping the arm straighter really does reduce the chance of the club ever falling too far behind you, which therefore means from this type of position, you can then set the club into a good location. Now, my last point is, if you want to experiment with this, then you could also have a little bit more of a grip, maybe a bit more like Rory's, where he sits the right hand a little bit more on top of the club. By doing this, you see, it gets the right arm a little bit straighter in the setup position. And that's one of the things we noticed with Rory, so he doesn't start with it too far underneath, sits it more on top, and again, this allows him to take that club back with really good width, but really good club face stability, then folding it in the backswing, dropping it, and swinging it from there. I promise you, if you can reduce that club face manipulation in the backswing, you're like Lynn and like Rory, you'll improve the quality of your contact with the driver, fix those sort of slices and miss hits, and it'll make a big difference. I'll see you soon.